if y'all thought I was gonna commit, I'm still waiting on my date, but it's just a lot easier to have everybody here and doing interviews like this versus just having like 20, 30 phone calls at once. So thank you all for coming, and I really appreciate all y'all. So now I'm gonna start from the left and just work my way across. Is that okay?
Well, I guess real generally, how was your official visit this weekend? What were some highlights?
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, they knocked it out of the park. Like, that was my favorite visit by far. They knew how to get it done. We got to see a lot of different stuff. I got to meet with the coaches, sit down with them more, get to know them personally. So it was fun, yeah.
When you have so many other official visitors in, who did that maybe allow you to connect with for the first time this weekend?
Omarion, I got to connect with him a lot. Joshua, he came a day late, but I got to connect with him too. BJ Jackson, Barry Jackson Jr., I like him. Bo, well, Bo's a fun guy. Like, yeah. You ever get to know Bo? You'll love him.
Why did you feel the need to take an official visit to Nebraska? You have all these schools coming after you, and you live right here in town. Did you give any consideration to not going on an official in Nebraska, or were you always planning?
I mean, yeah, I definitely gave it some thought, but I know what my priorities are. I know what I want in a school, and those schools that are hitting it for me, I'm gonna give them an official.
You said that they did things differently on this visit than you've kind of encountered before. What would be a couple examples of what was maybe different for the official than you had experienced previously?
They showed me exactly how they're gonna use me, and like they pulled up film they pulled up a bunch of different plays and how they're gonna use me and that type of stuff, and they showed love like no other. Like, I mean, it's an official, and they're still over here trying to make me feel like I'm special, and I love that. They're still the number one guy, so they definitely showed that.
Well, I'll follow up on that. How are they going to use you? How they show you? What was the plan?
Oh, so when Mickey said that, well, obviously Mickey and wants me on offense, but he said if I wanted to, I get one play on defense, third downs, I can go rush. But he said he pulled me right back out after that. But yeah, that's also a possibility, and I love that, being able to still go both ways a little bit. So.
As far as other visits, you have Michigan lined up, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any other officials set up at this point?
I'm still working on scheduling a couple, and when those come out, I'll release those dates too.
Will you take them in the summer, you think, or are you going to try to hold some for the fall?
I'm going to hold some for the fall.
You touched on any conversations you've had and really stuck out to you.
Definitely with Mickey Joseph and Henry as being with my family. He made us feel all welcome. All of us are a priority, and not just focusing on football. He wants to take care of me as a human being. Like, he's going to be stepping in as basically my father figure for the next 4 years, and he made me feel like a priority like that, and I love that. It's very personable. Obviously, y'all know that he's a great person, so I love that.
Timeline-wise, you touched that you do have some visits scheduled for fall. Do you think you're going to wait to commit to the end of your season?
Yes, my signing day is December 15th. I'll commit.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your visit, and what was your favorite part?
10 out of 10. And this is going to sound weird, but we had this steak. Yeah. It was a tomahawk steak. It was like 48 ounces. Never seen anything like it.
Did you finish it?
Absolutely not. I was eating ribs and stuff before they brought it out. I'm like, what's this? They're like, this is for you. I'm like, what? No, I never seen nothing like that. It was crazy.
Who ate it the fastest?
Oh, Bo. Bo had 2 of them. Yeah.
Single barrel? Is that where you guys went? Or where was the steak at? Single barrel?
Yeah. Hey, Malachi, it looked like you had a lot of fun out there today in the 7-on-7. You look like the kind of guy that just thrives on competition, state track as well. Just talk about how fun it was out there for you today, and with that Nebraska elite squad that has a bunch of burners on it.
Yeah. Playing with that team is always a blast. We got young kids. We got 8th graders out playing with that now. They're going to come up. They're going to go through the system. They're going to be monsters too. We got people that are in my class. A couple people went there today, but hey, we're still a good team. Everybody wants to compete. Everybody wants to win. And that's the type of team I want to have.
Only what I got for you, you go to school here in Nebraska, just getting the chance to put the jersey on and take all the pictures. What's that feeling like when you finally get to wear the red?
Oh man, it's a different type of feeling when you get into that uniform. And you just wish you were just seeing that 9,000 field stadium. Like, it's legit.
How different do you think it was being here with those different receivers that were in? Do you think that added something to the visit weekend to be able to kind of spend that time with those guys?
Yeah, I know where I'm gonna fit. I know where they're gonna fit, and if we all come in together, if that's what they want us to do, or even if we go different places, I know that those guys can ball too. So it's gonna be huge whether we go wherever we want. So.
When you think about kind of where you were a year ago as opposed to now, I mean, it's been a lot. It's gone quick. I mean, what do you just think about the past year and the way that this process has gone?
I mean, people ask me like what's changed for me. Like, yes, people recognize me and all that stuff, but I ain't gonna. Nothing's changed for me personally. It's just I'm the same kid day to day. I'm 16 years old. I'm still lazy. I sit on the couch with my mom. Like, I don't go out that much, but I'm just enjoying the process. Like, we've come a long ways, and now it's time to enjoy it. So that's what I'm gonna do now.
And Malachi, I know you talked about this earlier. You're not planning to be an early enrollee, right? You want to do track and basketball. And,
I got some state records to break next year in track, so we're coming back for that.
Yeah, how important is that to you? Because you see a lot of guys now say, you know what, I want to get out and get somewhere in January, but it's obviously really important for you to want to finish out at Lincoln East.
Yes, with football, I'll also do track in college on the side.
Oh, really? What events would you like to do in college and track?
Probably 100 and 200.
120.
Yeah.
Your eyes kind of open to that from the state track meet this spring. Is kind of what the possibilities could be.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. My time dropped like over a second, so I didn't expect it to go like this, but it did, and now that it's a possibility, it's something I want to take advantage of.
How different is your recruitment with Nebraska now that Mickey Joseph is on the staff versus, I mean, they've been recruiting you for a while. They offered you last fall. I mean, have things really kind of changed when Mickey Joseph entered the picture in terms of how they've been recruiting you and your relationship with them?
When you got a coach of that caliber coming in, I mean, he's got Jamar, he's got Justin, he's got Marshall. Like, he knows how to deal with people like me, and he knows how to craft them into being a first-round draft pick. Obviously, my dream is to go to the NFL, but he also makes sure that school's a priority for me. And there are very many coaches that are like that, so I really appreciate him for that. Anything else?
If you had to pick one or two things that stood out to you most about this trip, what would they be?
The hospitality from everyone, not just one coach or certain coach. Every single coach made it a priority to get to know me and my family. Brought my little sister-in-law for the first time, and she loved it too. Like, everybody made sure they introduced her and talked to her too. And then being able to connect with the players too. Like, on the past visits, it's kind of been a little bit rushed because you go on the field for a little bit, then you go to the stands, watch the game. Being with them for a couple of days, I got connected with them. I got to know them on a personal level. I love that.
Is Ernest your player?
Yeah, Ernest is my host.
What was it like kind of getting to know him on a people?
I already know Ernest, and the fact that he's my player host, I love that. We got hung out a lot. Got to hang out with some of the freshmen like Vic, that came up from Florida. I love Vic. He's a funny kid. But yeah, we got to hang out with them, play games, all that type of stuff, and it was fun. Yeah, I love it.
How wide is the range of projections for you? Like, do some schools see you as a tight end and a receiver?
Oh
and a defensive end?
yeah. So my offers for position-wise range from D end, outside linebacker, to tight end and receiver.
How much of that matters to you, like where you end up?
To be honest, it's coming down to coaching staff and do they have a good educational support system, because I don't really care what position I play, to be honest, but I know that I'll play when my time comes early or not, so I just got to go where I feel comfortable.
What did your schedule kind of look like for the rest of the month?
I'm going to Oklahoma next week for unofficial, and then I'm going to Michigan June 24th. Anything else?
Thank you, Malachi.
Yeah. Well, I really